for both of these teams, Brent Barry. The fans are full of optimism.
Well, the seeds have been planted in the offseason, Kevin. What's about to bloom for these franchises as the year goes on? I mean, lots of movement around the league, but it's about the growth of your favorite team and watching these storylines play out as teams march towards the playoffs. A long ways away, but tonight's where it starts.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. We'll see Powell and Leonard play in the forward spots. Chris Dunn is out there with Harden, and it's Zubats in at the 5 spot. Now here's Powell. Drives to the hoop. That one's in, his first shot this game.
Powell can play with some power, even at 6'3", 6'4". He's got a good base.
Curry looking around. Pass to Moody. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Stephen Curry with a 3.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. It's a 3-point game. And now just over a minute played here in the first. He gets that one.
Just simply creating offense. That's what James Harden is. He is the system.
It seems likely that the Warriors' title run under Steph Curry, Brent, is probably come to a close.
I'm not going to count Steph Curry out quite yet, Kevin, but you know they have added some quality youngsters. They're trying to grow that group. How fast can they bring those kids along to championship caliber players? That's the big question. They're going to win their share of games. Well, when Butler's this focused, defenders, beware.
And the ball out of play. The Warriors will inbound. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Well, Kevin, Steve Kerr gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. And I asked him how you deal with James Harden tonight, and Coach said his focus is not letting Harden get the matchups he wants, not allowing him to get ISOs. Coach said he has to work for it tonight. So they will try to throw some resistance his way, Kevin.
Thank you, David.
And you know with Curry, what impresses me most is his efficiency. That's not something we normally see in a high-volume jump shooter.
With so many years in the NBA, you would think Curry would slow down, wouldn't you, Brent? But he remains at the very top of his game.
I think the best part about what we're seeing with Steph right now, Kevin, is his competitive will. You get to this age, and you get to this stage after accomplishing all the things that Steph has done, and it's still not enough. So let's keep enjoying him while we can.
Done shot's good.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
Outside Curry. Pass to Butler. Curry against Harden. Curry passes to Butler. Leonard with the steal. Now Powell. Out left to the wing. Dunn dishes to Powell. Back to Dunn.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
5 on the clock. It's good. This game is all even. Dunn's got his second bucket.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Green, the pass to Moody. Here's Butler. It's rebounded by Leonard.
And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
Harden's shot is good.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for Golden State. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Curry's got 7.
That's tough. Tough finish. Steph's not just a great shooter, but really great numbers through the years as being an elite finisher.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Curry kicks to Butler. Pass to Moody. Podziemski with it. Butler passes to Moody. Here's the 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
And then Leonard with the dunk.
And Leonard makes it look easy. Incredible at getting inside and just finishing with physicality.
Majemski on the wing. Dunn covering. They get it back. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Snatched up. Here's Leonard. Dunn outside. Ripped away. Pass to Majemski. Here's Curry with the 3. That shot no good. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Clippers lead by. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Clippers.
And they've set the tone from the jump. They're looking to pound it inside and score in the paint.
The attack can come from a lot of ways, either execution or by just getting on the bounce and driving it in, and that's where they've been very effective tonight.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. We'll see Powell and Leonard playing the forward spots. Harden out there with Chris Dunn. And it's Zubac in at the center, locking down the middle. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, the Clippers are intent on winning big. Coach Tyronn Lue said half of it is great talent, and I think half of it is execution. When you get to the playoffs, it's a whole different animal. We got to be 100% execution with our talent. That makes for a dangerous team. Kevin?
Very dangerous. All right, David. Powell, no one around him, and he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
And it's Green with the jam.
For all the things that Draymond does, when he gets dunks, it makes him even more excitable.
Brent, Draymond Green's resume speaks for itself. What's he do, though, that we may not see or appreciate?
Well, Kevin, Draymond Green does such a great job of being a connector and communicator defensively. It is remarkable the way that he can impact every position on the floor by the way he uses both his position and his voice. Forget about the offense. Draymond takes on the challenge every night defensively, and that makes him elite. Smart defender. Zubac understands how to position himself to come up with blocks.
And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Leonard against Butler. And stolen by Dunn. Outside Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. Scooped up. Pass to Majemski. Outside Curry. Shot clock at 6. To Majemski. Offline with his 3. Clippers leading by 7. Leonard kicks to Zubac. Outside Leonard. Powell with a screen on Green. Leonard. Oh!
It looks like an orange in his hand, and Kawhi tenacious to the rim with that finish.
There's the screen. Oh, tough play by Butler.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Hands it from downtown.
Just another place you have to take Leonard seriously. He's so capable from the outside.
Curry outside. The offensive rebound. Pass to Moody. No good from outside. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 3 when they have stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Harden outside. Back to Powell. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, right? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
Ben Simmons, he's checked in for the Clippers. Batum comes in for Kawhi Leonard.
And a little slam dunk from Batum. That'll work.
Driving to the basket. A nice shot by Moody. Here's Harden. Playing Dallas, he was nearly unstoppable. Pass to Batum. Back to Harden. The Warriors pull it in.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
Well, they're passing to Moody. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Moody's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Warriors. Now, here is Harden. Defense is right there. Outside for Batum. Harden outside. Another shot. Podziemski grabs the board.
Is it getting cold in here? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That is his first foul of the game. Mills, he's checked in for the Clippers. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Simmons dishes to Mills. Back to Simmons. Powell with a screen on Green. In the corner, Powell with it. Simmons. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Green's got his 4th rebound in this one. Podziemski finds Butler. Look at the attack of Butler in the lane.
That is a tough 2 right there from Butler. Really his calling card. Rugged play and 100% effort.
Outside Curry. Over Mills. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. The one goal they had coming into this. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
Check it out, Los Angeles. They don't get their home opener until next game. But tonight, they start this new season on the road. Kind of like...
And now, guys, it's time to talk about that challenging first half for the Warriors.
Chucking up all those threes.
And that concludes.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half. I'm wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
So with Butler sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. We've got Kuminga, also Payton out there, and it's Post in at the 5, roaming the paint. 4 on the clock. 3-pointer, Heel. Christie with the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Dunn left side. Back to Powell. It's stolen by Heel. Here's Payton. Takes it off the glass.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Brent, when you talk about the Clippers franchise, and you appreciate this so much, their first superstar was really Bob McAdoo.
And what a tremendous talent. You know, most people remember Bob McAdoo with his years with the Lakers. But, man, when he was with the Buffalo Braves, 3 straight scoring titles, was the league MVP in 1975. Sorry, Dad. Some people still consider him the club's best player ever.
Jones finds Dunn. Here's Christie. driving the lane, and he banks in the layup. And the Clippers lead by 10.
Well, the talk at halftime must have been a good one. Right now, 3 straight buckets to start the quarter.
So it's the Warriors now. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. It's tipped. They get it back. Hield outside. Off target from 3-point range.
The third quarter has not started well, just 1 of 4.
Here's Eubanks. Nice defense from Kuminga.
And after burying 3 straight shot opportunities, finally a miss there. Still feeling the momentum, though.
Payton from outside. And again, it's the Warriors missing. And now here comes Jones leading the break. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Now Norman Powell settling in and understanding more and more of who he is at the professional level. He's a scorer, and he can shoot the 3 at a high clip.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Bogdan Bogdanovic, he's checked in for Christie. And Amir Coffey is subbed in for Chris Dunn. And so it's Bogdanovic who brings up the ball for Los Angeles. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Pass to Eubanks. To the paint. Here's Jones. Shoots over Kuminga. Jones, no luck. Warriors trail by 8.
2 minutes remaining.
And it's Hield off the drive. And then Hield with the dunk.
Well, the shot is going to set up opportunities for Buddy Hield to do things like that.
All right, Brent, quick. First thing that comes to your mind when you think of Jonathan Kuminga.
Physicality, Kevin. I mean, this guy is so dominant athletically that Jonathan Kuminga is a presence out on the floor. If he continues to put himself into situations where he can put his body on guys and play fearlessly, his game is going to continue to grow.
Here's Eubanks. Outside, Bogdanovic. Outside, Jones. Back to Bogdanovic. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Clippers lead by 10.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Hield can't hit.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Here's Powell out to the right wing. Outside, Bogdanovic. 5 to shoot. Pass to Powell. Puts up a 3. The rebound by Hield. Golden State's gone into a slump here from 3-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third.
When Payton has a chance to get his feet set, he can knock down that 3 pretty consistently.
Eubanks, the pass to Jones. Back to Eubanks. Right side, Jones. Pass to Eubanks. There's the drive. Warriors with the rebound. Payton surveying the floor. Hield. Fires the 3. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Los Angeles, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. Taking a look at Los Angeles. And small and power forwards, Leonard and Batum. Miller is out there with Harden, and it's Zubac in at the center. Outside Leonard. There's the triple. Frames it! Kawhi! Kaboom!
Yeah, get your popcorn out. We've seen this movie before. Kawhi not letting up now on the offensive end.
Curry against Harden. Lets it go from deep. And the Warriors miss again.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Butler from outside. It's rebounded by Leonard.
He really suffocated him there, guys. Just excellent work.
And Stephen Curry with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And Los Angeles with some changes. Powell comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's done in for Miller. Powell against Curry. Lobs it up for Zubac. It's stolen. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Clippers.
Credit them for not settling. I mean, they've been in attack mode off the dribble all game long, and thus far, it's paying off.
And I feel like there's been an old school aspect to what they've done tonight, and that is pounding the ball inside, getting it down low, getting those looks in close. That's been effective.
And Harden wide open. He shoots. Leonard with a screen on Curry. It's Harden with the drive. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. They get Stephen Curry.
And that is what Harden does. Draws fouls, hits shots, and makes plays.
Brent, we know that James Harden has won 3 consecutive scoring titles in his past. But now, he really has worked on his game and changed his game to a degree.
Well, that's true, Kevin. Also, the system around him has changed. I mean, what they leaned into in Houston for James Harden to become an offense unto himself was unique at the time. James is a little bit older. He's playing with a different set of players that bring their own skill sets, but he's much more of a passer. He led the league in assists in 2023. So all of his offensive ability has not gone away. It's just manifesting itself in a different form.
Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him. So it'll be James Harden shooting. It goes on Moses Moody. When you think about James Harden, he's had such an effect on the game. Brent, they changed the rules because of him.
Well, it's interesting, Kevin, because you can think about it a couple of ways. There was a system change for James Harden to try the system, and then, as James has said himself, he became the system. So leaning into all of the analytics of basketball, you have to have somebody who can represent all of the things that that system would require, and it came in the form of the beard for many years. And that kind of offensive output is something that is going to be, we'll be hard-pressed to see that again, Kevin. Yeah, can't sleep on Powell defensively. He will step up and start to pour it in.
And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up. And we'll see Moses Moody go to the line here. It's going to go on Norman Powell. Clippers leading by 11. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Harden, no good. Golden State's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the fourth. Moody finds Curry. Fires from deep. The rebound by Harden. Harden's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Leonard dishes to Powell. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Pass to Zubac. Clock at 6. Over Green. Tries again. Zubac, that's good.
Yeah, in the paint, Zubac is going to get aggressive and not going to hold back. Put contact on him. He's going through you.
Butler kicks to Curry. Fires it up. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Clippers.
The biggest factor tonight had to be their great shooting. They shot much better than the other team.
Yeah, they were working hard on both sides of the floor, but that sky-high field goal percentage plus the pressure defense to force the other team into a lot of misses. Love the effort tonight.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for James Harden.
And guys, I just felt he was tremendous tonight. His energy infected his teammates, and the wrecking ball on both ends.
And stolen by Butler. Pass to Moody. Back to Podziemski. And Curry has it in the corner. Poke loose. And here are the Clippers now. At one point, they led by 16. Inside. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Drops in the tray.
Just a great hustle play there. Energy and passion. This is what you play the game for.
Pass to Zubac. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. They came in here and took. Much appreciated, David. And that about wraps it up. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and
opening night. Great to be here with you, Clark.
Always great to be with you as well, B.A. And this is perhaps my favorite night of the year when you talk about the NBA opening night. So much excitement, so much anticipation, and we know the rest of the season will deliver.
So the opening lineup for the Mavericks. Najee Marshall is out there with Anthony Davis. Then it's Kyrie Irving, then it's Thompson, and it's Lively in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Irving. Lively with a screen on Curry. Lively finds Irving. Uses the glass on the layup.
Hey, the skills of Kyrie are obvious, but what isn't so obvious is his underestimated strength.
Hield against Davis. And Davis with the block. Down low. Here's Irving. And they'll get another chance. Thompson in the post. Moody defends. And Klay Thompson picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
And great job to establish position and square up. Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
Irving against Curry. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
Hey, inside Curry has all the tricks. Floaters, scoop shots, fallaways, left hand, right hand. However he has to do it, he will.
Pass to Irving. Davis with a screen on Curry. Here's Davis. The three-pointer off the mark. You know, Clark, 2024 saw Anthony Davis make his return to the All-Star game.
And really, B.A., such a pleasure to see him back on the court, healthy and producing. That's not been an issue. The issue has been him being hurt and not being able to be on the court. But he's a perennial All-Star when he's healthy and playing and doing exactly what he's done throughout his career at both ends, being dominant center. The fire that Irving plays with, admirable. I mean, and you can feel it. When you make a three on him, it's payback time. He's coming at you.
Now here's Curry. He really had an off game against the Rockets. And it's good. 2 points. Now, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Outside Irving. Outside for Davis. Back to Irving. 6 to shoot. Davis with room to shoot. Warriors with the rebound. The last time these two teams came together was also in this building, and they were able to win it for the home fans.
And in the last meeting, they were the better defensive team. They were the disruptors, causing turnovers all over the place.
Very satisfying performance, and one they'll look to repeat tonight. I mean, they ended up winning it going away.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Brian, the Warriors play a unique style predicated on passing and cutting off the ball. Stephen Curry said the main goal is to just force the defense to make as many decisions as you can. So with all that ball movement and body movement, they're going to mess up at some point. Brian?
Well, it helps having a weapon like Stephen Curry. Thanks, Allie. And so it's Dallas with it. The Warriors getting their last shot to go. And Irving gets it to go.
That's the thing about Kyrie. He's a three-level scorer.
The Warriors have gone 4 of 8 and looking in control. Moody, good.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
Irving looking around. Lively with a screen on Curry. To the paint. The ball's knocked loose. Moody from outside. He buries it from 3. Moody's got 5 points.
Curry really runs the offense well. Knows exactly the time to either shoot it or give it up to his teammates.
Irving, the pass to Thompson. Puts up a 3. Rebounded by Hield.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
The shot by Butler, no good. Mavericks trail by 5. Now here's Lively. Still no points. Thompson passes to Davis. Outside Irving. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That one falls. Coming off Davis' feed.
I tell you what, guys, there's not much more he can do. I mean, he's been on fire, yet they still trail in this game.
Moody passes to Green and rejected.
When Lively's on you like this, with all his size and length, it's hard to get a shot off on it.
Stephen Curry getting it done for the Warriors. Hunting for opportunities, leading to... Man, this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
I really like how they're knifing inside with confidence, exploiting any openings they see in the defense, taking advantage.
And also their pressure defense is paying dividends tonight, turning them over and getting out in the open floor and running.
On the court for Dallas here in the second. They've got Kyrie Irving. Derek Lively is out there with Anthony Davis. Then there's Najee Marshall, and it's Thompson in at the 2 spot. And Irving has got the ball here for Dallas. The Grant, despite the Warriors' success over the last decade, it hasn't always been this way for this franchise.
Yeah, they didn't have many winning seasons before they got Steph, Clay, and Dre. And you know, BA, from 1978 to 2012, they made the playoffs just 6 times.
I tell you, it's so amazing to see how much raw talent Kyrie Irving has. Just seems like that ball is part of it.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Here's Irving. And he converts the layup. Irving's got 19 points.
They're not messing around. 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Healed against now Moody. 5 points in the game. Davis with a rebound. Davis has got a rebound number 5 here tonight. Marshall passes to Lively. Here's Irving. Can't get it to fall.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
And in terms of wings, Butler is one of the best passers. And that starts with Jimmy's team-first mindset.
Healed against Thompson. Outside Irving. Davis with a screen on Butler. Pass to Marshall. To the inside. Davis. And Davis slams it home.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
Davis with a screen on Butler. Here's Irving. It's rebounded by Golden State. It's a quick turnaround on the road. Just one game. And it's Jimmy Butler with the foul. That's his first foul of the game. Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint. But if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside.
Well, he's just zoned in. I mean, in most cases, taking quality shots very much within the flow of the offense.
Quarter number 2 and around 3 minutes gone by. 2 open that time. Made it look easy. Irving's got 12 points now in the quarter.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They should continue to ride the hot hand.
Outside Curry. For 3. Curry buries the triple.
It's turned into a showdown here. Dueling from distance.
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
Davis with a screen on Butler. He shoots. Irving, no good.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
You know, Clark, watching Kyrie Irving, he still does things you just can't believe.
His ball handling ability is just remarkable, and his finishing ability surpasses his rush hour handles. And that's saying a ton. He can beat anybody off the dribble. He can make tough shots. He really is one of the elite scorers from the guard position in the history of the NBA. I don't think that's an overstatement. From the angles he finishes, the shots he can make, he's as elite as we've had in the league.
Davis finds Irving. Davis with a screen on Butler. Irving, no good.
Does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
Healed from outside. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Davis has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Lively with it, and it's Hield picking him up. Nails it from beyond the arc. Marshall's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Outside Moody. Lets the 3 fly, and it's Stephen Curry with the 3.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Kyrie Irving has been on display for Dallas. He made a big impact scoring. Thanks very much, Allie. We'll be back soon to start the second half of basketball.
Well, I think for the Warriors, you really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason.
Yeah, you have.
Circling back to our game now, Kyrie Irving on fire in that first half.
Oh, he's going hard in the paint.
That does it for halftime.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Well, you look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, tonight, he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Kuminga is out there with Gary Payton II. Then there's Brandon Pajemski. And it's Post in at the 5, roaming the paint. And that's the group for Steve Kerr as we begin the second half. Warriors trail by 3. And the ball out of play. The Mavericks will have it. All right, a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for Najee Marshall.
And he's been on a roll during these last few months. Getting better in terms of scoring the ball and proving to be a key part of this team as we move farther along in the season.
That's tipped. Outside Kuminga. Back to Podziemski. Pass to Spencer. Wing shot on the way. Inside. And the rebound goes to Dallas. To the middle. Here's Gafford. He got a piece of it. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Gafford. And here's a look at the top shooters last season. No wasted chances among this group. Daniel Gafford on top.
And last year, he led the league in field goal percentage, allowing the game to come naturally and taking whatever opposing teams gave to him.
Now here's Podziemski. He's guarded by Exum. Kuminga with a screen on Dinwiddie. Back to Podziemski. Pass to Spencer. Outside Podziemski. For the tie. Gafford grabs the miss.
That's excellent defense right there on the perimeter.
Martin, the pass to Gafford. The shot, no good.
They've been unable to hit anything this half. 3 attempts and 3 misses.
Count that one.
No surprise there. I mean, realizing he has the size advantage, he exploits it perfectly.
It's Exum on the wing, defended by Podziemski, and the shot goes. Exum's gotten his first basket of the night.
There it is. First basket of the half after missing their first 3 attempts.
Warriors trail by 3. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, Coach Steve Kerr said of Jonathan Kuminga, we were trying really for a long time to get him to attack, get the ball in the paint and dunk it because he's unstoppable there. You just don't know when something's going to click, but it has clicked, and it's beautiful to see.
He has certainly found his lane, Allie. Thank you. Exum outside. To the paint. Here's Washington. And Washington powers it through.
Boy, nice job that time by P.J. Washington to knock down the shot after setting the screen.
Here's Spencer. There's a screen. Here he goes. And a two-handed jam.
And one move ahead of the defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Here's Podziemski. Again, Golden State.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
Exum outside. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Down low. It's stolen by Kuminga. Oh, and a fast break for the Warriors. Here's Podziemski. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. Dallas has gone 5 of 8 from outside the three-point line on this one. Here's Exum. Dinwiddie outside. 1:09 left in the third. Washington, a screen on Payton. Dinwiddie passes to Washington. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Savvy play that time on the part of Washington. Got his man in an awkward position and then drew the foul.
And it's a completely new group here for the Warriors. A big group substitution here for Dallas. Lively, he's checked in for Gafford. Marshall comes in for Martin. Thompson.
And Hield's playmaking continues to improve. Solid pass right there to the open teammate.
Here's Irving. That one doesn't drop. Ooh, good work defensively by Butler. And Curry's got the ball here for Golden State. For the lead. Oh, Butler with the confidence from the perimeter.
Butler stroking it nicely. Good touch from outside the arc.
For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 7 here in this third quarter. Washington, a screen on Butler. Washington outside. The offensive rebound. Irving. And here's Thompson for 3. The shot off that time. Right side heel. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. P.J. Washington picks one up.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
There's 6 seconds left in the third quarter here. To halt the run. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. 3 quarters of play and a close. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the 4th in what is still anybody's ball game. On the court right now for Dallas. Washington and Lively down low. Kyrie Irving out there with Thompson. And it's Marshall in at the 3. Pass to Lively. Here's Marshall. Moody defends. Marshall passes to Thompson. Here's Lively. And a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Outside heel. Back to Butler. Pass to Moody. Moody gets one inside.
And they keep on figuring out ways to force the rock inside and convert.
Pretty clear, it's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
Washington finds Lively. Washington outside. 6 on the shot clock. From behind the arc. It's rebounded by Golden State. Hield's got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's Butler. Jimmy Butler, so smooth inside.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Irving, the pass to Thompson. Back to Irving. Tries again. And he can't get that one. Green with the defensive effort. The Warriors lead by 5. Pass to Curry. Back to Butler. The 3 is up. Mavericks with a rebound. Thompson scanning the floor. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Fires the 3. Oh, Thompson buries the tray.
Extremely dangerous from that range. That's Thompson's comfort zone right there.
And Butler the bucket on the assist by Hield. Hield's got assist number 5 here tonight. Here's Irving. Banked it in off the glass. Irving's got 26.
Kyrie, not a bad answer. He'll give you the needed hoop when you need it most.
Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, they found success off the drive, creating a lot of buckets by getting into the teeth of the defense.
And the thing I've seen that I've really been impressed by is they've gotten everybody involved, unselfishly making that extra pass, getting that ball to the right guy at the right time for the good shot.
Irving, rebounded by Green. Green's got his 6th rebound on the night. Moses Moody up strong for the jam.
Draymond Green, so smart as a player. He'll exploit those gaps in the defense.
And that's out of bounds. Dallas will keep it.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Irving against Butler. Inside, here's Lively. And a slam dunk by Lively.
Right at the rim. That's where Lively loves to get his opportunities.
The Warriors lead by 4. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. And that one falls for Curry.
Boy, how consistently good Steph's been over the course of his career. Really remarkable. What a teammate, what a leader, what a player.
Irving with a deep 3. They get the rebound. Lively finds Irving. Over Butler. And it's Irving missing.
He's fallen into a bit of a slump this quarter. How quickly things can turn.
Pass to Green. To the inside. Hield. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Where was the defense? Can't allow Hield to get this kind of positioning to throw it down.
Irving for 3. The Warriors pull it in.
This has not been his best quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
Lays it up and banks it in.
Slashing to the rim with so much precision and skill. Irving, nearly impossible to contain when he spots a lane and decides to drive.
Curry, that's good.
They got a big lift from their crowd tonight, giving them the energy they needed.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
Lively with the bucket. Don't do anything silly. Just ride out the clock.
Yes, if they take their time and execute, the game is all theirs.
Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock.
And just not enough time for them to get back in this game.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
Got it. 16 seconds left to play in the 4th quarter. And here's Curry for 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
As a defender, it's got to be a futile feeling when Curry's in the zone like this.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
And you know what? We'll give them some credit for battling today, but this one is just about over.
Simply delaying the inevitable here. I mean, at this point, even if they miss the free throws, there's not enough time left.
Butler hits them both.
Good composure from the line there. Those shots sealed.
Tipped. And so it's the Warriors taking care of business. Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you.
Clippers, with all the fanfare of opening night, it must be tough for the players to keep their focus.
Yeah, I think obviously there's a ton of excitement because you've put the offseason to use, trying to improve your skill as a player. But you love the game of basketball. It's hard not to get amped up. You know, it's just the mature players who are able to channel that in the right direction.
Now, a look at Dallas' starting lineup. We've got Derek Lively. Irving is out there with Klay Thompson. And there's Davis, and it's Marshall in at the 3 slot. Now, here is Harden. What a tremendous game he played against Dallas.
This is James Harden deep in his bag. Off the dribble drive. Put that defender in the rear view, James.
Harden against Thompson. Down low. And Thompson throws it down.
That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
Dunn kicks to Harden. Lobs it up for Zubac. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Man, did Zubac get off his feet in a hurry. What a finish.
Like looking back to last season, the Clippers had one red-hot stretch.
That's right. They went on a 26-5 run between December and February. It finally showed how dangerous that team could be when healthy.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Powell, the pass to Zubac. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
Well, Zubac can hit that shot from time to time. You got to contest his mid-range.
And Marshall kicks to Davis. Irving against Harden. On the wing, Irving. For the 3. The three-pointer is right on target. Irving's got his second bucket tonight.
You know, Kyrie shoots a ton of threes, and he makes a ton of threes.
Here's Harden. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there? It just gets to the rack really easy.
And Davis wide open. He shoots. And the first shot of the night for him, no good. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Tyronn Lue and I had a few minutes to share. Now, when it came to Kyrie Irving, Coach said trying to contain him tonight won't be easy. He told me Kyrie is a fantastic player, but I feel confident that our guys will be all over him tonight. Pretty strong words, guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
The Mavericks have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Here's Irving.
Boy, Zubac's giving you great effort defensively there.
No good from Irving. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. No one had more success at the foul line last season than this group of players. Klay Thompson, number 1. Third is Bogdan Bogdanovic.
And how about the work both of them put in from the foul line? Just such a consistent, dependable performance from both.
However you feel about Kyrie Irving, you cannot deny, Doris, he is an elite player still.
Kevin, there are many who consider Kyrie Irving to be the greatest finishing guard in the history of the game. I mean, left hand, right hand, a little bit of English and polish, big shot maker. And what I love for Kyrie Irving right now is he seems content and happy.
Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down. For him so far.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Lively's shot is off. Here's Los Angeles now. They're on a 14-5 run here. Dunn passes to Zubac. And here is Powell. Banked in off the glass.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Greg, you love this topic more than anyone when you think about the best ball handlers of all time. Where does Kyrie Irving rank on your list?
Well, you know, I think, Kevin, he's at the very top. I've never seen anyone else pull off some of the things he does certainly makes a strong case for the best ever.
Mills, who's checked in for Los Angeles. Powell kicks to Zubac. Leonard sets a screen for Zubac. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Got that one up quick. Irving's got 11 points.
Well, they're not behind because of this guy. He is putting on a tremendous run.
Kicks it out to Leonard. Pass to Zubac. It's rebounded by Dallas.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Thompson from long range. That one's a miss. His third shot of the game. He's made one of them. Here's Dunn. Here's Powell. Dunn finds Powell. Now here's Zubac. At the Dunn. And he drives in. And Dunn with the slam.
How about that second gear displayed by Chris Dunn on that drive? Caps it off with a brutal throwdown.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game.
Substitution for your Clippers. Ben Simmons.
It's Powell on the wing. From deep. Right side Simmons. Dunn wide open. He fires. And it's good, assisting on the play with Simmons.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a 10-point lead, some breathing room heading into the break. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. Back right after this. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see. That is just nasty.
The athleticism on that finish.
Nice.
Oh, that is just unreal. Is this the dunk contest, or are we actually playing a real game?
No, this one counts, Greg. Believe me.
My
But confidence to attempt that alley-oop to himself. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks very much. James Harden is still a factor at age 35. He says, I'm more than a scorer, so for me, it's just impacting the game at the highest level. Kevin, he's led the league in scoring 3 times, but has also led the league in assists. So it's pretty much true. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Oh, don't forget, he rebounds as well as any guard right now in the NBA. Davis kicks to Irving. Davis with a screen on Harden. Irving passes to Davis. And it's Davis with the jam.
That's just great savvy in a pick-and-roll situation run perfectly by Kyrie Irving.
Harden, and Davis sends it back. And Thompson puts up a deep 3. The long-distance 3 is buried. Thompson's got his second bucket of the night. So, Doris, here's a question for you. Should the NBA widen the court? Because the corner 3 now is such a staple in these offenses.
That's exactly right. One of the most coveted, Kevin, because the proximity of the shot is so desirable. Here's what we know unequivocally. There's no way they're going to widen the court because it would take out some of the money-making courtside seats. That's not happening. Slicing and dicing his way to the cup off the deck, Klay Thompson.
Mavericks trail by 3. And their offense is really clicking right now.
Playing with a lot of energy and really taking it to the defense.
Pass to Marshall. 6 to shoot. The 3 from Davis. Simmons pulls it in. Clippers leading by 3. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. Los Angeles making a switch here. Batum's checked in. Here is Harden. He's got 10. Right wing. Here's Dunn. No good, unable to end this run. And it's Irving with the ball for Dallas. Only giving up 2 points this quarter.
Well, get off your feet and send it home, Klay Thompson.
Harden the pass to Leonard. Kicks it out to Harden. Leonard sets a screen for Harden. Back to Leonard. The three. Bring it up for Kawhi Leonard from three.
Kawhi Leonard's career three-point percentage might shock people. And I'm telling you, as a defender, I'm not conceding that one.
Marshall can't hit. The Clippers in the lead. And Torres, what's amazing to me, if you look at Kawhi Leonard's production year to year, there's no drop-off.
There's certainly consistency to what Kawhi Leonard does. When he entered the league, he was a defensive force from the outset. And then he built methodically his offensive game. Free throws, post-game, and now range shooting. He is a complete basketball player.
Dunn dishes to Batum. It's blocked.
Just stellar defense from Derek Lively. Uses that length to send it back.
Clay caps off the break well. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Mavericks.
I love the defensive concentration so far in this one. They're getting out on shooters and really doing a great job of disrupting the rhythm.
You know, also, they've been incredible on the fast break, taking those chances, playing with great pace.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Well, at this point, James Harden has put his imprint all over this basketball game, and the defense better find a way to figure him out soon.
And it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. With the break in the action, we've got a chance now to look at last year's top rebounders. Anthony Davis third.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
Eubanks, he's checked in for the Clippers. Christie comes in for James Harden.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, you love the physicality from Chris Dunn. He's willing himself to the stripe thanks to the way he goes straight into the defense on that shot.
And that one misses. So, for the Clippers, Jones checked in for Batum. Bogdanovich comes in for Powell. And Amir Coffey is subbed in for Christie. Double by Bogdanovich. Marshall passes to Irving. That falls. Great assist by Marshall. Irving's got 4 points this quarter.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Dunn is always looking to attack. When he has room to run, boy, you better look out.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Irving can't hit.
He has that confidence rolling, hitting 2 threes in the first, but he hasn't had one since.
And Bogdanovich kicks to Jones. Up there for Bogdanovich. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
Hey, folks, let's get right to it. How about James Harden? He's having himself a game. Since we got a little time on our hands here, you guys got any big plans for tonight?
Not me. I'm just going to take it easy.
And as for our game here, we have to talk about James Harden. That was quite a first-half performance. And that's a halftime.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Jones and Zubac make up the 4 and the 5. Ben Simmons is out there with Chris Dunn. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
Boy, Ben Simmons, one of the most highly scrutinized players in the NBA, but I don't think you can doubt any of his defensive abilities. Cross-positional and big-time asset on that end.
Here's Exum. Off target with his 3.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Dinwiddie with the steal. To the middle. Here's Washington. And then Washington with the dunk.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely great. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, the Clippers are inaugurating their new arena this season, and they're set to host the All-Star Game next season. It will mark the 7th time that the LA area has hosted the All-Star facilities. Kevin, there will be no shortage of stars in attendance.
That's always the way it is in LA. You're so right, David. It ought to be quite a spectacle. Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Derek Jones. And Miller's subbed in for Chris Dunn. Stolen by Exum. Fast break, Dallas. Here's Gafford. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
And a chance here to check out some stats on Spencer Dinwiddie.
How he performed last season. Last season put up about 10 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. I mean, the numbers aren't bad on their own, but he knows that he can help this team in a bigger way.
And sometimes it comes down to the flow of the offense. One night it's your night, another night perhaps it's somebody else's.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. And talk about victors and guys who play to their strength. What about Zubac? He does a great job.
He does, Kevin, a 7-footer who wants to play like a 7-footer. He's an outstanding rebounder. He doesn't need the ball offensively. You know he's going to show up and give you great effort every night.
And one area where they haven't struggled has been transition.
Yeah, they've had less success when they allow the defense to get set. That's why they want to keep pushing the pace.
Here's Batum. And he banks in the layup. And the Clippers lead by 7.
Touch right around the rim by Nick Batum. Go ahead, score inside. Nick, show him what you got.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Gafford with the steal. And now the fast break Exum with the ball. And they'll get another chance. Pass to Washington. Dinwiddie with it. Fires for 3. Drills it from outside. Dinwiddie's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, he has proven that you've got to respect the long-range ability of Spencer Dinwiddie. Nice.
To the inside. Poked away. Gafford with the steal.
2 minutes remaining.
Here's Exum. Another 3 for Dallas.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these.
Oh my goodness, the creativity and flair from Ben Simmons. Stop it now. Don't hurt him, Ben.
Los Angeles leading by 3. 1:33 left in the third quarter. And Simmons slams it in.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Buries it from 3-point range.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Here's Batum. The kick out to Brown. 1:06 left in the third quarter of the game. Dallas has gone 3 of 7 from 3-point range here in quarter number 3. And Brown throws it down hard.
Boy, just good heads-up play by Batum. Spots the open man, but delivers it on time and on target.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. From deep Washington. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Dinwiddie with the steal. Fast break, here they come. Here's Gafford. And Gafford throws it down.
Nathaniel Gafford is a vertical threat at the cup. Look out below.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Outside, Simmons. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
first
For
personal.
Los Angeles, they have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
Mavericks trail by 4. Right side Davis. Driving inside. And finished off by Anthony Davis.
Oh, my goodness. AD wanted them to feel that one. Davis boosts his whole team with that explosiveness.
And Leonard stays with it. Leonard's got 7 points in the game.
Yeah, and that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offenses. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the court for the Mavericks, they've got Klay Thompson. Davis is out there with Derek Lively. Then there's Irving, and it's Marshall in at the 3, the small forward. People like to debate, Greg, I don't know if this is you, what's better, Kawhi's defense or his offense?
Well, Kevin, I'll say this. Even if he was a subpar defender, his offense alone would have him among the league's top players. But his defense isn't subpar. At its best, it's elite.
Oh, and the jam by Marshall.
Well, this is why Kyrie Irving can make a defense look bad. He can beat you with his scoring or his passing.
Now here's Powell, guarded closer. Outside Leonard. Leonard down the lane. Eubanks the pass to Leonard. And Lively pulls it down. Lively's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Thompson looking for an opening. To tie it up. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Leonard's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Coffee passes to Leonard. Kawhi taking no chances.
Oh, boy, you love to see that kind of burst from Kawhi Leonard. What a finish.
Irving for 3. Hits the 3-point bomb.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for, consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
And he'll get a head of steam when there's that much of a lane. You can't get in AD's way.
Leonard sets a screen for Powell. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Great D that time from Davis. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. Irving finds Davis. With the teardrop. Back to Thompson. Inside, Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson calm and cool under pressure. How about the big bucket from Klay?
Harden, and Harden with the stuff.
James Harden has always absorbed a huge offensive burden. It matters not where he's playing and with whom. The guy is big time in the clutch.
Outside Leonard, 3-pointer. And it's Kyrie Irving with the rebound.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Lively the pass to Thompson. 1:52 left in the game. Clock at 4. Pass to Irving. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Goes up the baseline. Rebound by the Clippers. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Leonard the pass to Eubanks. Kicks it out to Harden. Going inside. Davis pulls it down. And it's Davis with the ball for the Mavericks. It's a one-point game. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to be making those kinds of errors.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Dunn comes in for Amir Coffey. It's Powell on the wing. Leonard with the screen on Thompson. Here's Harden. Davis with some nice D. For Dallas, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Irving kicks to Marshall. Beyond the arc. No good from Irving.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Zubac with the screen for Harden. Pass to Zubac. Kicks it out to Harden. And again, no good by the Clippers. And stolen by Dunn. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. What a show they put on. All right, DA, thanks again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For
get a clean game. These guys have been around for a while and know how to take care of the basketball.
Let's take a look at our starters for the Golden State Warriors. Curry and Hield to the sharp-shooting backcourt. Butler out there with Moody, and it's Green in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Powell. Here's Dunn. No good from outside. He got his defender off his feet with a pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. To the middle. Back to Moody. Three-pointer. Rebound by the Clippers.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Here's Leonard. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Leonard. Richard, it comes as no surprise that Golden State is routinely at the top of the league for made threes.
That's how this team has been constructed. They are custom built to rain threes on you, and we've seen it be very, very effective.
Hield against Zubac. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy.
Scoring close in. Hield is more than just a three-point gunner.
And now we'll go to Allie LaForce, who had a chance to talk with Tyronn Lue.
I wanted to know how he planned on tackling the Jimmy Butler problem. He told me, I want to make everything as hard for him as possible, anything we can do to bother him and to get him to be even a little less aggressive, trying to put out the fire before it starts. That's the plan. Back to you.
Appreciate the report, Allie. It's so interesting, Grant. Younger fans may not realize the Clippers had a lot of rough seasons early on.
Well, you know, B.A., that's one way to put it. You know, in their first 27 years in L.A., they only made the playoffs 4 times. But things have definitely changed. Owners have changed. And now they're postseason regulars in the league. Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
And they pick up 2.
Just great awareness from Curry. So good at reading the floor and finding his open teammates.
Here's Harden on the take. It's blocked. And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. Leonard outside. The 3. That one is off. The Warriors have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. Here's Hield. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
You can't take Hield's athleticism lightly, especially when he's looking to slash his way inside.
Here's Leonard. Here's Zubac. Out to Leonard. This one for 3. On target from range. Leonard's got 5.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Green finds Butler. To the paint. Powell with a steal. And it's the Clippers on the break. It's stolen by Green. Oh, Green with a block.
When you talk about the best defensive players of this era, you have to talk about Draymond Green.
And we're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. And that one's good.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
And so Curry will bring it up for the Warriors. Trailing by 4. And the call will be against James Harden. That's his first foul of the game. Curry with it. Harden picks him up. The 3 ball. And it's Stephen Curry with the 3.
His shooting motion is just so impeccable. Curry's long ball is one of the prettiest shots in the game.
Well, Richard, with the relocations and the floor he covers, Curry is still an anomaly with his conditioning.
Oh, he's got an off-season program that would make other NBA stars tap out, including myself. His conditioning is amongst the best of all time. It wears on you as a defender.
And a miss there on the triple. Los Angeles has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Pass to Zubac. And it's slammed in by Zubac.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. Whoa!
Nice!
What a huge jam!
Gracious.
Big time right there.
The way that Curry reads the floor, he could get double-digit assists on any night if he wanted to.
A nice shot by Zubac. You know, for all the accolades thrown Stephen Curry's way, Richard, I've heard you say he might be the best conditioned player ever.
Absolutely. When you think about all the ground he covers every single game, his stamina is still something that I will always be impressed with.
Mills, he's checked in for the Clippers. And that one drops.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
Warriors trail by 3. The 3 from Curry, counted from distance. Curry's got 8.
And when Curry is shooting while in rhythm, he is lights out. Nothing you can do to stop him.
Powell's shot is off.
Defense dodged the bullet that time. Total breakdown.
And it's Butler with the jam.
He may not have that traditional power forward build, but his bounce, well, that kind of levels the playing field.
Ooh, a clear look for Powell. The rebound by Moody.
Now, I understand that that shot didn't go down, but they will take that look every trip down the floor.
Curry, that's good.
This quarter has been all his. I suggest they keep the ball in his hands.
Leonard for 3. Hits the three-pointer. Leonard's gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
This jumper from Kawhi is pure. Once he gets his feet under him, the rest is easy.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. And so it's Golden State with it. The last time they came together was in Los Angeles, where they fell to the Clippers.
On the road, they got owned defensively. They just couldn't match the activity level of
Stephen Curry getting it done for Golden State. He put together 10 points in the quarter. We'll be back in a moment. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And what do you guys think about the Warriors here in this one?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
In this league, it is so hard scoring in the half court, so you have to run every time you get the opportunity.
So on the floor for Golden State to kick off, and they're not happy with the call here. Coach has given the signal. He's going to use his challenge. Probably a good idea in such a close contest.
Shooting 2. The play will be reviewed under NBA rules.
Still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls, but at least we have the option to take a second look so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Well, Grant, when the money's on the line, the mid-range is still a big part of the elite player's game.
You're right, B.A. And really, it comes down to touch, obviously. And size certainly helps. And then the savvy and balance to create that space.
Green, the pass to Curry. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Inside, Butler with a steal. Powell with a steal. Simmons, the pass to Eubanks. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
That's the last thing you need to happen down the stretch. Let's see how they respond to the devastating punch.
Out to Powell. Back to Leonard. Launches it. Count it! Leonard for 3. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Clippers.
When you pile up the blocks earlier in games, it really can affect the other team. They lose confidence offensively.
And we got to also mention their intensity on defense so far. I mean, the number of steals they've collected has been substantial.
On a night like tonight, Steph Curry is must-watch basketball. He can score from anywhere.
And he makes it on the layup. Simmons has got 4 points in the quarter.
They're really working the paint now.
Remember when people were questioning whether the Warriors were truly a dynasty, RJ?
I do, and that was erased for good with that championship run in 2022. I still think that is Steph's most important championship. That title cemented them as one of the all-time great teams of the last 50 years.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, a lot of new developments for the Clippers this season, and obviously they have the new arena, new designs for their logo, jerseys, and court. Not only that, their G League team moving into a brand new arena in Oceanside, renewing the San Diego Clippers moniker. Brian, a lot to be excited about for this Clips team.
No question. Good stuff, Allie. Thank you. Out to Leonard. There's the triple. Rebounded by Green. Warriors trail by 7. And the foul called on Draymond Green. That's his first foul.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
Batum is checked in for the Clippers. Harden comes in for Simmons. It's Powell on the wing. They swipe it. Hield for 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
You got to expect this from a high-volume shooter with range like Hill. He loves to let threes fly from everywhere.
Here's Harden. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Personal foul.
This is his second trip to the line in the game.
And something I remember from their last outing, he was excellent at the charity stripe.
Jones, he's checked in for Eubanks.
Now he's perfectly comfortable doing work at the line.
Warriors trail by 6. Outside Curry. Let's go with a 3. Can't get it to go. Make it in 5 for 10 now. For Los Angeles, they've gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go in the second quarter. And Powell with the stuff.
Well, Batum can do a little of everything out there, including making quality passes to wide open guys.
Here's Butler. No luck on that one. Batum with the defensive effort. Here's Powell. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jones. And it's a 10-point Los Angeles lead.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Oh, Curry just weaving his way through traffic. Still knocks it in.
His accuracy is on another level this quarter. Really high-quality shooting.
Here's Jones. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Jones has gotten his first bucket of the night.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
And there's the screen. Butler with the ball. Harden picks him up. Fires the 3. Curry, no good. The Clippers lead by 10.
If they take their time, this will be the final possession of the quarter.
Yeah, it's all about clock management with these situations. Let's see how that plays out.
It's Powell on the wing. Down low. Here's Batum. Out to Powell. That'll count. And so it's Los Angeles earning this break in the action. Up 10. Great shots. Thanks very much, Allie. And folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game.
Seems like they can't miss. Just rolling offensively, getting whatever they want.
You haven't heard this in a while, fella.
And now, not a bad. Thanks as always.
Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. Stephen Curry having a dominant impact in this game.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
We've got Ivica Zubac, James Harden out there with Chris Dunn. Then it's Norman Powell, and it's Brown in at the 4. That's the group starting the second half for Ty Lue.
And
And their offensive rebounding is such a strength for them when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he really helps them extend possessions, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
And Chris Dunn gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And the Clippers making a change here. Eubanks is checked in. Here's Podziemski. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's on Norman Powell. And how about Brandon Podziemski, Richard? When he's given the minutes, he can stuff the stat sheet.
Yeah, even when it comes to his rebounding, BA, that's the result of great heart, great hustle, and great timing. His teammates feed off his energy.
To the inside, here's Spencer. Nice dish, and the layup goes down. Spencer's got his first basket.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
Against Golden State. Spencer, first personal foul. First team foul.
And the Clippers with the ball. And Powell with the stuff.
Nice feed inside. Saw the play develop and hit him right when he needed to.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. About a minute played here in the second half. Warriors trail by 11. Here's Podziemski. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
That's his third personal foul.
The first free throw is good. Bogdan Bogdanović checked in for the Clippers. Both shots good from the stripe. And here's Harden. 5 points in the game. Pass to Eubanks. Here's Harden. Back to Eubanks. It's deflected. Goes back up. Harden, the pass to Eubanks. Just 5 on the clock. Fires from the line. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. And the call will be against James Harden. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
These calls can be so difficult for officials to make.
Warriors trail by 9. Pass to Spencer. Outside Podziemski. Out to the right wing. Here's Spencer. Defended by Harden. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Zubac has got 5 rebounds tonight.
Good job hitting the glass. They're +8 in rebounding.
They get it back. Second chance effort. Eubanks. Harden, the pass to Dunn. Clock at 6. Harden with it. There's the drive. Podziemski grabs the board. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
The NBA is focused on the next generation. Commissioner Adam Silver said a lot of top draft picks are incredibly skilled, but that doesn't necessarily translate to being team basketball players. There's an opportunity for us to be more active participants in developing younger players and getting kids active. BA?
One step ahead, Allie. Thanks. Man, oh man, Kuminga with the easy bounce. Throws it down.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam.
And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
Ben Simmons is checked in for Eubanks. And some changes here for the Warriors. All right, let's go to the leaderboard and see the top passing teams last season. The Warriors, 4th.
It was true team basketball we saw out of them. Always willing to work together, no one making himself bigger than the team.
They're one of the more consistent scorers in the NBA. Bogdanović is an asset for this team.
And Los Angeles making a change here. Coffey's checked in. Healed. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Curry. Curry's got 3 assists now in this one.
And they're behind right now, but you can't pin the blame on this guy. Nope, he's got to get some more help from somebody on his team. Help him. Help that man.
Puts the move on. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's on Stephen Curry.
And credit to Bogdanović for not giving up there. He gets a shot off and wins a foul for his trouble. And really strong at the line since the break.
He makes 1 or 2 that time. Zubac. Oh, persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Curry, no good.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Harden from outside. Warriors with the rebound. Green's got 4 rebounds in the game.
Well, he better buy his teammates dinner tonight because they've covered him for what has been a terrible, absolute terrible shooting display.
Hield from outside. Again gets it to go. He can't miss. 5 for 5.
Well-executed play. Anytime you can get Hield something in rhythm off the catch, you have done your job.
Pass to Zubac. Left side, Harden. And he drives in. Deflected.
Okay, let's just say it. This has been an ugly quarter for him. Not quite a break of mirror ugly, but it's getting there.
And here's Curry for 3. And the Warriors with another 3.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
Inside. Here's Harden. Yes. And that's Simmons with the assist. Harden's got 7.
Figuring out ways to score. That is James Harden's specialty. The beard can hurt you inside and out.
Curry, no good.
That was a good look for him from mid-range, but just couldn't make the defense pay.
Harden, the pass to Zubac. Back to Harden. It's picked off. Outside Hield. The 3 is up. And the 3-pointer goes. Hield's got 8 here in this quarter.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
And the call will be against James Harden. That'll be foul number 5 on him.
And in the last 2 possessions, they've painted a picture of what not to do. Just way too loose with the basketball.
Leonard's checked in for the Clippers. Christie comes in for James Harden. Pass to Curry.
Come get it, come get it.
Back to Butler. Outside Curry. Here's Butler. 6 to shoot. For the tie. Curry, no good. Here's Christie. It's good! It's good at the buzzer! Wow!
Woo, could be a backbreaker. What a way.
And so it's Los Angeles with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And 2 teammates on the same page, woo.
Now, into the lineup for you.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. On the floor for the Warriors. Curry and Hield with a sharp shooting backcourt. Draymond Green is out there with Butler. And it's Moody in at the small forward position. Coffee, he's checked in for Miller.
On the drive, Butler can be so sudden. The moment he sees an opening, he just takes off.
Leonard for 3. And he scores it. Now 5 of 9 from the field.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone. Until someone stops him, just let him roll.
Here's Curry. Yes! He nails it! Curry's got 22.
And this has become expected from Curry. Everyone knows how dangerous he is at getting to his spots and capitalizing.
It's stolen. Coffee on the wing. Butler covering. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
Part of why they have this lead, they're doing the little things out there.
With how much Draymond moves on the offensive end, Green gets a lot of dunk opportunities.
Simmons, the pass to Batum. Here's Coffee, guarded by Hield. Here's Coffee, 5 on the clock. The Clippers got to hurry, late clock here. Batum gets the bucket.
Their interior D continues to look shaky. Not a good matchup for them right now.
And here's Curry for 3. The Clippers grab the miss. They held a 12-point lead earlier. To the paint. Here's Leonard. Leonard spikes it down.
And just continuing to pile it on. Leonard is such a ruthless player.
And there's Green on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 3 assists now in this one.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
Man, this has been a fun one, but look, who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
At this point, I'm not sure if it's the play calling or the player himself.
Oh, it's blocked by Green.
More of a positional defender. That time, Green sends it back.
So for the Clippers, Powell comes in for Jones, and it's done in for Simmons. Coffee, the pass to Powell. Leonard outside. Lets it go from deep. Sinks it again. That's his 7th made field goal in 11 tries.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And, of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
Here's Batum. And he dunks it down.
And don't tell Batum he's well into his 30s. Nick's still got some life in those legs.
Oh, he muscles it in through the contact. They call the foul, and he's on his way to the line.
Making the floater look this smooth is not as easy as it looked. It's a challenging shot.
For the Clippers, Ivica Zubac's checked in for Batum, and it's James Harden in for Coffee. Pass to Dunn. Takes the 3. Rebounded by Green. Green's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And here's Curry for 3. And that one's good. And Green with the assist. Green's got his 3rd assist of the night. The Clippers lead by 9. Here comes Kawhi. For 3, Powell. The putback. Rebounded by Hield. Golden State has gone just 1 of 6 from downtown in this final quarter. All alone. Moody misses. Los Angeles has gone 6 of 14 from the perimeter tonight. It's Powell on the wing. And the Clippers miss again.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
That one goes in.
He'll be asking for some lottery numbers later if he keeps knocking down shots like that.
Here's Harden. And Harden with the slam.
What an athlete Harden is. Gets off the ground so fast to hammer it down.
The 3 from Curry. Drops in the 3. Curry's got 30 points.
Once again, Curry, this man has made a living out of big shots like this one.
Gets stolen by Hield.
And not a moment to lose on this possession.
Clock working against them right now.
Launches a 3. It's rebounded by Zubac.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Dunn, the pass to Powell. Oh, deflected. It's stolen by Curry. On the wing, Curry. 4-3. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. To the middle. Here's Harden. And Harden with the slam. And the ball out of play. The Clippers will have it.
Out of bounds. Clippers ball.
Here's Powell from the inbound. So the Clippers win it. A competitive game. You have to feel. Allie, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill.
Kevin, I think it means more if you're a young team. If your roster is filled with veterans, you're looking at the bigger picture.
Now Golden State's starting 5. Some kind of shooting in the backcourt for him. It's Curry and Hield. Green is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Moody in at the 3 slot. And so it's the Warriors getting on the board first. Irving passes to Davis. Lively high post. Curry meets him. Yep, that one goes in there.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
And slam dunk by Butler.
On the attack, Jimmy Butler playing with that edge.
Butler against Irving. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. No good that time. When it comes to players who like having fun, Greg, Jimmy Butler has to be way up there.
Kevin, did you see his media picture for the 23-24 season? He looked like he belonged in an emo band with that hairstyle. Jimmy is definitely one of those guys that likes to troll and have fun.
Irving, good.
And making the most of that inside opening. It's almost too easy for Kyrie.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Yes, Kevin, I caught up with Jason Kidd just a few minutes ago. He talked about the respect he has for Jimmy Butler and everything that Jimmy Buckets brings to the table. He told me Butler's special. He impacts the game with the ball, without the ball, and with his defense. But he said as much of a challenge as Butler presents, be ready. Guys?
Thank you, David. Now Thompson, after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. Shot clock at 6. Thompson misses.
Well, that's the only way to take him out of his comfort zone from that range. Get right up in the jersey, force him off the spot.
Good on the triple.
What focus there. You go off the dribble, you got to have good balance, and Buddy Hield in a great rhythm right there.
Irving against Butler. Davis with a screen on Butler. Irving passes to Davis. Hield left side. Pass to Green. Golden State moving it around. Here's Butler. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Last time they lost to the Warriors.
Yeah, they were just wrecked last time they faced this team, and a lot of it was their own undoing.
Yeah, those turnovers were inexcusable. So many of their possessions ended with them giving the ball away. It's one thing to make passes, but you need to pass to your own team, not the other one.
Mavericks trail by 4. Break since reaching 5 consecutive NBA Finals. The Warriors have missed the playoffs 3 of the past 5 years.
And to be fair, they did go 46-36 last season. They were 10 games over 500 last year. So they weren't a bad team, but Golden State doesn't just expect to be in the play-in. They want to be a contender.
Hield the pass to Butler. The layup off target. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Tons of points off penetration so far, guys. They're driving at will on the defense, just taking whatever they want.
Well, I want to add also the damage that has been done on the inside. It's a lot of rubble in there, but they're continuing to go right at the defense.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Butler, another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Irving kicks to Marshall. Now, here is Irving. He's got 5. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, when your point guard is Kyrie Irving and he decides to mix it up on the inside, that helps out your ball club.
And so Irving nails both of them.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
And it's Butler missing. The Mavericks have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Basket counts. 9 points for Kyrie Irving.
That's a good look from Clay right there. Just the court awareness. And that guy was wide open.
Now here's Curry. And in that game with Houston, he did not play well.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
He draws.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time.
The players under video review under NBA rules. 2 minutes are allowed to review
Personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
What a performance for Kyrie. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Dallas.
And guys, I love the movement, doing a great job of just getting the ball on a string, creating some opportunities.
But the attack can come from a lot of ways, either execution or by just getting on the bounce and driving it in, and that's where they've been very effective tonight.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin this second quarter. Some kind of shooting in the backcourt for him. It's Curry and Hield. Jimmy Butler is out there with Green, and it's Moody in at the small forward position. Thompson looking for an opening. To the middle, here's Davis. Davis doing his thing inside.
They are just killing him on the interior.
And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Here's Curry. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
That's tremendous balance. Steph's ability to keep his composure in that tough situation, work in a tight space, that's impressive.
Irving can't hit.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
And, Brent, you've seen the way the game has grown over the years. The skill level of the league is higher than ever.
The talent level, Kevin, that is on display on a nightly basis in this league is staggering. But a lot of kids out there watching what's going on, they're going to push this game even further. How exciting is that?
Hield can't hit. Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Irving finds Davis. Thompson for 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Here's Green. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Green's got his first points in this one.
Now, Draymond did a good job of getting some space there and rooting himself to collect.
And Thompson throws it down.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Well, there's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
On the wing, Thompson, defended by Butler. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
Defensive foul. Buddy Hield. That's his first personal. First team foul.
Closer detail of what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving. and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And many around the league believe Curry doesn't get enough fouls called in his favor. GA, what do you think?
There could be some truth to that. He gets held and grabbed more than anyone when running off screens, but especially blatant on drives to the rim.
Count that one. Lively's got 6.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Butler with the ball, picked up by Davis. Here's Moody, still without a basket. Butler from outside. And it's Kyrie Irving with the rebound. On the wing, Thompson. Off target from outside. And so Curry will bring it up for the Warriors. Trailing by 2. And again, no good by Golden State.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue. And you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Yeah, a bit surprising to see them leading at this point, given the number of turnovers they've already committed.
Here's Curry. The inside game of Stephen Curry.
And started hot, and he's only gotten harder.
Butler against Irving. Lively is screen on Butler. Irving passes to Lively. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got his 5th assist in this one.
Really tough to predict what Kyrie is going to do because he's so special playing out of the pick and roll. Well, we're chipping some orange paint off the rim here, guys. He must be more patient on offense and trying to find ways to penetrate inside and get closer to the rim.
Here's Moody. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
Yeah, and you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
The Mavericks rebound. Pass to Thompson. Puts up a deep 3. And it's Curry with the rebound.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
That's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. The Mavericks have gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Here's Irving. It's good for his 4th bucket of the night. He's shooting 4 of 8.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Here's Curry with the 3. That shot missing. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. It's Dallas. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
Well, I think for the Warriors, you really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason.
Yeah, you have.
And now let's talk Golden State. They're in an even matchup through one half of play.
You look at the score, it's close, but they're getting bullied. It's bully ball.
And that concludes.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Big man on the floor for him. It'll be Washington and Gafford. Exum is out there with Spencer Dinwiddie. And it's Martin in at the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Three-pointer, Payton. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game, doing the dirty work down low.
Here's Washington. He takes it in. A nice shot by Exum.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Spencer's shot is off. Mavericks leading by 9. Now Exum. Outside Martin. Down low. Here's Washington. And then Washington with the dunk.
Nice pass from the swingman Martin, proving what a team player he is.
When you think of Caleb Martin, Brent, what comes first to your mind?
I think energy, Kevin, for me. I mean, Caleb is always out on the floor on both ends, just putting pressure, whether he's running in transition, attacking the basket, spotting up and finding space in the half court. The guy plays with a ton of confidence and wants to contribute.
And here we go. Fast break coming. Oh!
Yeah. Oh, Kuminga, another one of these young guys with some serious bounce.
Martin against Payton. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. A putback. Exum passes to Gafford. Back to Exum. Takes the 3. Warriors with the rebound. Pass to Spencer. Outside, Kuminga. Rebounded by Gafford. Tipped away. It's stolen by Kuminga. Rebounded by Gafford. Mavericks leading by 7. Tries to save it, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Payton.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
And the Warriors making a change here. Podziemski's checked in. Outside, Payton. Pass to Kuminga. Here's Spencer. Back to Kuminga.
2 minutes remaining in the quarter.
Spencer, the pass to Kuminga. He gets it in there. Kuminga's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, Kuminga is a guy who does not back down. In fact, he tries to go through you.
Exum kicks to Gafford. To the paint. Here's Washington. And then Washington with the dunk.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
Rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. The Mavericks have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Dinwiddie, left side. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Martin. Pulls it up. Gets an open look and hits. And it's a 9-point Maverick lead. The Warriors have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. It's good from long range.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Now here's Dinwiddie. Tight defense on him. And there it is for him. Dinwiddie's got his first bucket in this one.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Pass to Spencer. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Spencer Dinwiddie. The Warriors have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. The first one falls, and Dallas going with a whole new group out there. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Mavericks leading by 6. Irving kicks to Thompson, and there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Spencer. Here's Butler. Butler making it happen inside.
I like Butler down low, fighting for points.
And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for Dallas. Thompson finds Lively. Outside for Davis. Over Green. Great D that time from Green. A deep three from Butler. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we note, is peripheral vision.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. On the court for Golden State here in the fourth. Some kind of shooting in the backcourt for him. It's Curry and Hield. Jimmy Butler is out there with Moody. And it's Green in at the 5, roaming the paint. It's deflected. They kick out to Hield. It's Curry outside. Curry from 3.
I mean, just so easy for Curry to get that 3 off. Beautiful shot.
The Mavericks leading. And here is Irving. Outside, Davis. Shot clock at 6. Irving from long range. Warriors with the rebound. Hield's got 4 rebounds in this game. Butler feeling out a bit. Inside, Green. Good, and Butler gets the assist. And the Warriors lead by 1.
A tough shot from Draymond Green, but he brings this out of his squad and frustrates the opponent.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle steps for the Warriors?
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
Man, scoring off of turnovers is so helpful. I mean, you get easy opportunities at the rim. It devastates the opponent. They've done a great job tonight at converting on those chances.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been an issue. First team foul. Good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Jason Kidd went over with his team. Now, he wants his team to mix it up offensively. He said, we've been settling for too many threes. Don't be afraid to attack the rim. Challenge their defense. Let's see some variety out there. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, David.
Second team foul.
Warriors on D. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, whether it's teammates or the coaching staff, hopefully a combination of both, but gets close. He's getting the ball.
And it's Butler with the jam.
So much talk about Steph's scoring ability, but he's also a great facilitator.
Here's Irving outside for Davis. And the ball out of play. The Warriors will inbound.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Warriors have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Here's Curry with the 3. Rebound by Marshall. Marshall's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Curry against Lively. Davis with a screen on Hield. To the inside. It's stolen by Green. Shoots. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. And the Warriors lead by 2.
And I just love the calm confidence that Steph has in these kind of moments. You give the ball to him, he'll do it to you every time. Klay Thompson, no stranger to these situations, always willing to fire in the big moments.
Heel kicks to Curry. 1:53 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Butler, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting two. He drops the first one, and that gives them the lead.
Jimmy Butler and his energy is something that is infectious for his team. He gets his squad so energized to work through the toughest moments of the game. And not the guy that you want to put at the line in these moments. He's not missing these.
Davis with a screen on Butler. Outside Irving. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Butler kicks to Curry. Over Davis. And the Warriors miss again.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Thompson from long range. And Moody pulls it down. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. To the paint. Yes!
Oh, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Lively the pass to Thompson. Green with the block.
You can see Draymond Green so fired up every time he has a chance to impact the game defensively.
Curry finds Moody from the arc. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Now it's a 7-point Warrior lead. On its way from Irving for two. Good! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Well, Kyrie's resume in these kind of moments is full.
Here's Moody. And that one, good.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
And here's Curry, who brings it up for Golden State. Here's Hield and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
What an impactful defensive presence. AD is outstanding at coming up with blocks.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the three in transition.
So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the dub. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports.
point, Clark. Team's still figuring things out.
Yeah, I agree with that, but it's certainly an advantage if you've got continuity on your roster. For those teams who shuffle things in the offseason, they've got a little more to work out. But continuity can serve you well if you have it.
And now the Los Angeles starters. Powell and Kawhi in at the forward spots. Chris Dunn is out there with James Harden. And it's Zubats in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Leonard. Pass to Dunn. Now here's Zubats. Shot clock at 5. And if you're looking for identifiable team mascots, Clark, some say the Mavericks champ, the horse, is near the top of the list.
Yeah, he does get after it. Also, the Mavs man. Dallas is rolling out a couple of iconic figures to keep that crowd on fire.
Now Irving. Got a piece of it. Oh, stolen by Harden. And Harden with the slam.
How about the strong D from Harden that time leading to a bucket? He is so good in the open court when he's got the ball.
Thompson scanning the floor. Powell with a steal. Harden with it. Now Thompson defending. Harden against Thompson. Harden the pass to Powell. Zubats with a screen on Irving, and it's Powell off the drive. Here's Zubats, and it's slammed in by Zubats.
Such confidence as a passer. He hits guys in stride. It makes it look easy.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one.
Extremely dangerous from that range. That's Thompson's comfort zone right there.
Here's Harden, and Harden gets the double team. Pass to Powell, jacks up a 3. Can't get his first shot of the game to fall.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot most possessions.
Irving, the pass to Marshall. Beyond the arc. And it's Irving missing. The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Here's Dunn. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Offensively, they've been pretty sharp. 3 for 4 so far.
Pass to Marshall. Outside Irving. That shot is off. Oh, excellent D there from Harden. Let's send it to Allie LaForce, who caught up with head coach Jason Kidd. Allie?
I asked him how they'll approach the matchup against James Harden. Coach told me, well, James is at his best going to the rim and operating behind the three-point line, so we want to try and force him to work in that in-between area as best as we can. They'll be following the analytics with that defensive strategy, BA.
And Allie, thanks. Now here's Irving. Shoots over Harden, and that one's good. Irving.
You know, when Irving rises up to take these shots, so smooth in how he gets it done. He always seems to be in control.
Grant, we all know how good Kyrie Irving is, but he's especially lethal in the fourth quarter.
And his clutch moments go far beyond his series winner in the 2016 finals. He thrives in high-pressure moments and has done so his whole career. And I just love how he's making the effort plays that everyone around him appreciates.
It is certainly making an impact tonight.
Well, you know, if you're not going to take care of the defensive glass, it's going to be hard to come away with the win.
And it's Harden penetrating, and the layup is good off the glass. Harden's got his second basket on the night.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
Outside Irving. First quarter of play, and just over 3.5 minutes in.
He's giving his all, but you can't force yourself back on track.
Mavericks trail by 7. Pass to Davis. Outside for Irving. The jump hook from downtown sends it home from three-point land. Irving's got 5 points.
Some of the quickest hands in the NBA. Kyrie showing you that quick release there.
Done. The pass to Zubats. And here's Harden. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Klay Thompson picks one up.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points. Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
Simmons has checked in for the Clippers. Nails it from 3. Thompson's gotten his second bucket.
Not too many players have ever had the feel for the three-point shot like Klay. He was born to shoot the deep ball.
34 seconds left to play in the first. Harden against Thompson. Pass to Irving. Tipped away. Here's Powell. Yes, and a nice assist from Harden. 5 points in the game.
And force feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Here's Simmons on the take, and it's Simmons with the jam.
Sends it home with some power.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here, hanging up there like that.
Yeah, they're not backing off at all, are they?
A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
You figured they might want to come out and run, and it's been the key for them early. They are just feasting on fast break chances.
You know, points off turnovers is something else they've excelled in. I expect the opponent at least to try to squeeze that orange a little better.
Kyrie Irving out there with Thompson. Then it's Anthony Davis. Then there's Derek Lively. And it's Marshall in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Now here's Harden. They lead by...
Oh, my goodness! Anything in the bag on that one.
Yeah!
Bring it home. Send it in. Throw it down.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball. After the Clippers picking up a basket just a moment ago. Obviously, everyone knows about the defense of Kawhi Leonard. But, Grant, his shooting is overlooked.
Yeah, you know, he's at about 40% from 3 for his career. You combine that with his wing defense, you get a one-of-one player capable of carrying a team.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, the Clippers' talent level is unquestionable, but they can run hot and cold at times. Coach Ty Lue said taking care of the basketball, transition defense, offensive rebounds, and spacing. Those are the 4 things we have to consistently be good at every single night. Brian?
Yeah, he knows what he's talking about, Allie. Fires for 3. Here's Davis. Pass to Marshall. Now Irving. Tries yet again. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Irving's got 4 points this quarter.
You know, he's got such a diverse skill set. Irving can hurt you in a lot of ways. I mean, he's a player you'll have a lot of trouble game planning for.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
Here's Davis, following the score by Los Angeles. It doesn't go for him.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration, even for a nanosecond.
Powell, a screen on Lively. Davis with it, picked up by Simmons. That one's good for 2. Thompson's got 8 points.
Working it to the open teammate that time. Excellent awareness from Davis.
Done with it. Davis on him. Leonard looking around. Inside. Simmons. Nifty move. And slam dunk by Simmons.
I think this is what Simmons loves to do more than anything. When he's looking to score, he wants to get all the way to the rack.
Now here's Thompson. Tightly guarded. Oh, Simmons with the block. Harden, the pass to Leonard. And a fast break now. The Mavericks on the run. Here's Marshall. Leonard defending. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
What? You mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas. I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
A fearless dunk by Thompson, showing the defense they can't force him to back off.
Leonard for three. Lively grabs a miss. And Irving has got the ball here for the Dallas Mavericks. 11-point game. The last time they came together was in Los Angeles, where they fell to the Clippers.
I really think that L has to fall on their defense, or a lack thereof. Just not enough focus at that end of the floor.
Yeah, and that's really inexcusable. I mean, there's just no way that you can justify that. When you don't put the work in on defense, you're going to end up on the losing end.
Here's Irving. And it's good for two. Irving's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Irving, so much fun to watch in this one so far, utilizing every aspect of his offensive game.
He's going off this quarter, a huge reason why this team is on top.
Blocking foul called on Chris Dunn. First personal foul. First team foul.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Eubanks, he's checked in for Simmons. Batum comes in for Leonard. Bogdanovich is checked in for Dunn. And it's Mills in for James Harden. Davis can't hit. Los Angeles leading by 11. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clock. Throw it down!
Oh,
wow!
Man.
You want some?
Woo!
You got some!
He was looking in the basket on that one.
Here's Thompson. And it's rejected.
A capable defensive player. That wingspan of Batum's really an asset in blocking shots.
There's 14 seconds left in the second period. Again, the miss by Dallas. Here's Christie with the drive. Misses in close. And so we wrap up the first half. It's Los Angeles. They lead by 13. All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Thanks, guys. Alongside Ty Lue and Coach, what's the focal point for this team as you approach the second half?
Just playing hard, first of all.
Appreciate it, Allie. And we'll be coming right back after this break. Ready for the third quarter.
Look here now at the Mavericks. Like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah. And let's talk now about that first half. What a commanding start for the Los Angeles Clippers.
I love their game plan. Work the...
And that's it for halftime.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. We are seeing an outstanding game from James Harden.
Slicing up the defense, living in the lane. Terrific first half for him.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of him.
And so in the game for Los Angeles, it's Batum at the power forward with Zubac at center. Miller is out there with Bogdan Bogdanovich. And it's Powell in at the three. Grant, there's a huge difference between talent on paper versus winning.
You're right, B.A., and it comes down to coaching, chemistry, and sacrifice. But I think the biggest thing is effort. All things being equal, the team that plays the hardest is going to win.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
You know, yeah, guys, last year was a rough one for him at the stripe. I mean, it's going to be hard for him not to improve on those numbers. They were that bad.
Los Angeles leading by 16. Jones drives in, and he banks in the layup.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here's Martin, unloads, and off the left side of the rim, it swirls in for him.
His improving ability to pass has made Dinwiddie scary with the ball in his hands.
And not often we get treated to a solo alley-oop.
Takes precision timing for sure.
Tell you what, the coach's heart was in his throat, and he was in shock and awe. But now he's got a big smile on his face.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
Boy, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
Now here's Bogdanovich. They lead by 20. That's the most we've seen.
Put that one-man show on Broadway.
That's one way to go with the alley-oop.
And fellas, he pulled it off to perfection.
Dinwiddie goes in.
Skilled and creating off the drive. Dinwiddie's confidence and focus when he's penetrating, superb.
Stolen by Dinwiddie. A deep three. Up again. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Excellent awareness of where to be on the offensive boards. He did it with great position.
And now the Mavs on the run. The three from Washington. And they recover it. Jones with some nice D. Los Angeles leading by 18. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, drawing charges is an art. The Warriors' Brandon Podziemski led the league last season, and he said, I'm not going to jump with anybody at the rim and block them. This is another form of rim protection. And Brian, while some have labeled them dangerous and called for charges to be taken out of the game, they remain a winning play.
Yeah, that's a good point, Allie. Thanks. Powell's shot is off. The Mavericks have gotten just 3 of 8 shots to go in the third quarter. Exum's shot is off. For Los Angeles, they've gotten 6 of 8 shots to go and looking good since the break.
The perimeter game has failed him thus far. Hit 1 from range in the first half, but nothing since.
Martin finds Washington. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. He got a piece of it.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
One thing that always stands out, Clark, the way Derrick Jones Jr. can levitate off the floor.
Yeah, he's got tremendous bounce, and you're right.
Oh!
How about that one?
Jam!
Woo! That's the type of move that you see in a dunk contest.
Takes great confidence to alley-oop to yourself.
Sure does.
Well, he couldn't help himself, couldn't resist. That really was a spectacular play.
Dallas, no good that time either.
Putting up a goose egg, bageled this period. At this point, you have to run the offense through somebody else. I mean, that's your only choice.
Outside Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich. The shot misses. Some solid defense from Martin. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Great positioning on the putback.
I always love the hard work on the glass. Just great activity.
Takes a three. The Mavericks pull it in. Fires from deep. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac has got 5 rebounds tonight.
They keep going back to the same person expecting a different result. He hasn't scored the entire period.
Blocked!
What a nice job getting up to deny that shot. Washington showing you terrific anticipation on that rejection.
Drills it from deep. Martin's gotten a second bucket on the night.
Well orchestrated, and then the pass is right on the money. And not often we get treated to a solo alley-oop.
Takes precision timing for sure.
Tell you what, the coach's heart was in his throat and he was in shock and awe. But now he's got a big smile on his face.
From deep. Stolen by Gafford. And here at the end of the third, it's a double-digit ball game. It's Los Angeles. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Klay Thompson is out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's Najee Marshall. Then it's Anthony Davis. And it's Lively in at the center position. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. And here's Thompson for 3. And it's Harden who pulls down the rebound. The Clippers lead by 12. Leonard for 3. Here's Zubac. Three-pointer. Leonard beyond the line.
And of course, we've seen Kawhi hit some huge shots from the corners throughout his career.
Lets it fly. Thompson with another miss.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
Knocks down the triple. And the Clippers lead by 18.
Now, you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
Yeah, especially with the score being what it is. I mean, you got to tighten it up on D.
Man, miss after miss for him. When you're having a quarter like this, the only beneficiary is the defense.
Dallas has gone only 1 of 4 from the perimeter here in this fourth quarter. Out to Thompson. The 3. Oh, Thompson buries the tray.
I really believe we can go ahead now and lock Klay Thompson in on the short list of the greatest pull-up shooters in the NBA. And we might be talking the all-time list here.
Pass to Coffey. Just 5 to shoot. Harden from outside. And the rebound goes to Dallas. Thompson outside. Kept alive. Now Lively. Outside Irving. Here's the 3. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Irving. Some changes for Los Angeles. Eubanks comes in for Zubac. And it's done in for Coffey. Pass to Harden. And here's Leonard. He's guarded by Irving. Harden from outside. Yes, and it's Leonard with the assist that time. Leonard's got 5 assists tonight.
You know, he does so many things well, James Harden. It's easy to forget that he's top 3 all time in most three-pointers made.
The 3 is up. Rebounded by Marshall. Mavericks trail by 18. Irving for 3. And Harden with the block.
Some hard-nosed defense from Harden on that block. That's sure to get the bench fired up.
Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. All right, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
Just a great job running the floor in transition. Now, he realized they were tiring out the defense early, and they took full advantage.
You know, we've got to talk about how they've continued to force turnovers and turn those turnovers into points. They came out aggressive, and they've not let up.
Ivica Zubac checked in for the Clippers. Powell comes in for Jones. Harden, the pass to Powell. Fires for 3. Lively grabs a miss. Lively's got rebound number 8 now. And here's Thompson for 3. And James Harden pulls it down.
He's trying to find his shot, but at some point you have to start making these.
And that one good.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Clippers.
Offensively, they made the most of their trips.
They found multiple ways to score consistently, and a little luck doesn't hurt them either. They also got some nice bounces off the rim tonight, too.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year. And what a huge performance it was for James Harden.
And I love his composure. He didn't try to do too much or force things, but he was ready to take advantage of every opening the defense gave him.
Here's Marshall. Again, the miss by Dallas. So it's Los Angeles now. 22 was their biggest lead. Powell for 3. And it's Irving with a rebound. 34 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The three from Thompson knocks down the long J. Harden against Thompson. The three. Harden misses. From outside the arc. Here's Davis. And finished off by Davis. Now Los Angeles with it. They lead by 11. Three-pointer, Harden. It's tipped. So it's the Clippers winning this one easily. All right, Allie, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson.